This is a solution video for the multiplication standard algorithm practice sheet. We're going to go over each problem one at a time and explaining the steps in solving each one of these multiplication problems. So we're going to start at the top here with 23 times 13. So when we're doing the standard algorithm for multiplication with 2-digit by 2-digit numbers, we want to remember we're going to start with our ones place. We're going to multiply our ones by our ones first, then our ones by our tens place, then our tens by our ones place, and our tens by our tens place. So we're going to be doing this red first, then the blue, then the green, then yellow. So let's start with our ones by our ones place. 3 times 3 is 9, so we write that 9 down below here. Then we move over and we have 3 times 2, which is 6, so the 6 is going to be written below in the tens place. When we're multiplying by tens, we know that anything multiplied 10 is going to end in a 0, so we can put a 0 placeholder in the ones place. Then we multiply 1 times 3, and that's going to go in the tens place down here, which is 3. And then 1 times 2, which is simply 2. So now I have my two partial products right here and right here. So I just need to add them together. So 9 plus 0 is 9, 6 plus 3 is 9, 2 plus nothing, 2. So let's go on to the next problem here. This one's going to be a little bit different because we're going to need to do a little bit of regrouping on this one. So we'll start by do the same process. We'll do ones times our ones times our tens times our ones, tens times our tens. So we do start with 5 times 3, which is 15. I'm going to record the 5 from the 15 down below, and I'm going to need to regroup the 1 from up above. Going to multiply 5 times 2, which is 10, and then I'm going to add in the 1 that I regrouped, which is going to give me 11. So now that I've done my ones place, I'm going to get rid of the stuff that's above. And I'm going to put my 0 placeholder again because anything multiplied by a multiple of 10 is going to have a 0. So then I'm able to do 1 times 3, which is 3, and 1 times 2, which is 2. And so I have my partial products right here and right here. And now I just add. 5 plus 0 is 5. 1 plus 3 is 4. 1 plus 2 is 3. So I get an answer of 345. Moving on to the next problem. This one's going to be even a little bit more challenging because we're going to have to regroup multiple times when we're doing our multiplication. So once again, we're going to be using the same process though, starting with ones multiplied by the ones by the tens by the ones, and then the tens by the tens. So let's go ahead and get to it. So 6 times 3 is 18. I'm going to record the 8 down below, and I'm going to need to regroup that 10. So then I do my ones times my tens. 6 times 2 is 12, plus the 1 up above is going to be 13. So I'm going to record that 13 down below. Moving on to my tens, I want to remove anything up above that I was regrouping from the previous part when I was multiplying by ones. So now I'm multiplying by tens. Remember, a multiple of 10 times anything is going to have a 0 in the ones place, so we put that 0 placeholder to start out. And now we can continue with multiplying 4 by 23. So 4 times 3 is 12. I'm going to record the ones place down below, tens place up above. 4 times 2 is 8, plus the 1 up here is 9. And so I record the 9 down below. This one's a little bit tricky because we didn't actually need this place value right here. So then we do our addition. 8 plus 0 is 8. 3 plus 2 is 5. 9 plus 1 is 10. So put the 0, and we need to regroup. And so we have 1,058 as our answer. Let's move on down to the bottom. 57 times 43. Going to go through the exact same process. Ones times ones. 1 times tens. Oh, better make sure we're using the right color. Ones times the tens times the ones, tens times the tens. So we'll start with 3 times 7. 3 times 7 is 21. So we record the 1 down below, and I'm going to regroup the 2 up above the tens place. Now I'm multiplying 3 times 5, which is 15. I'm going to add in the 2, which gives me 17, and I'm going to record 17 down below. Now I'm done with my 1, so I'm going to get rid of what's all my regrouping that was done above. And since I'm multiplying by my 10s, I'm going to put that 0 placeholder down below, because anything multiplied by a multiple of 10 is going to have a 0 in the ones place. Now I'm going to multiply 4 times 7, which is 28. Record the 8 down below, regroup the 2 above the tens place. Then I'm going to multiply 4 times 5, which is going to give me 20, but I'm going to add in this 2, which is going to give me 22. So I'm going to record that down here. Now I just need to add 1 plus 0 is 1, 7 plus 8 is 15. I'm going to regroup one of the ones there. 1 plus 2 is 4, and then 2 plus nothing is 2. So I get my answer of 2,451. So moving on to the last and the most challenging problem here, 89 times 72. So even though it's got some more complicated numbers in this problem, it's still going to be the exact same process. We're going to multiply the 1s times the 1s times the 10s, the 10s times the 1s, and the 10s times the 10s. So let's go ahead and get to it. 9 times 2, 1s times 1s is going to be 18. Record the 8 down below, regrouping the 1 up above the tens place. 2 times 8 is 16, plus the 1 that's up above here that we regrouped is going to give us 17, so we can record 17 down below. So now we're moving on to our 10s, multiplying by our 10s, so I'm going to erase all the regrouping I did up above here. If I can get rid of that 1, hopefully. There we go. And now I'm moving on to multiplying by my 10s, which is the 7 here. When I'm multiplying by 10s, I know that I'm going to have a 0 in the 1s place, so I can put that 0 placeholder in to start, and that'll allow me to just multiply 7 by 9 and then 7 by 8. So 7 times 9 is going to be 63. So I'm going to record the 3 down below here and then the 6 up above the 8. Next, I'm moving on to do my 10s times my 10s. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 6 is going to be 62. So I can record that down below. And now I have my two partial products. I just need to add them together. And so I'll add 8 plus 0, which is 8. 7 plus 3, which is 10. Regroup the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 2 is 4. And then 6 plus nothing is 6. I get my answer of 6,408. So hopefully that helped you out with multiplying 2-digit by 2-digit numbers with the standard algorithm for multiplication. If you get stuck on any of the problems, or if any of these were challenging, it helps to just rework them, erase the partial products, erase all the things in the squares below, and try again and see if you can resolve it. So thanks for watching.